The coronavirus is the biggest threat this country has faced for decades, and this country is not alone. All over the world, we're seeing the devastating impact of this invisible killer. And so tonight, I want to update you on the latest steps we're taking to fight the disease and what you can do to help. And I want to begin by reminding you why the UK has been taking the approach that we have. Without a huge national effort to halt the growth of this virus, there will come a moment when no health service in the world could possibly cope. Because there won't be enough ventilators, enough intensive care beds, enough doctors and nurses.
Maybe a few more if we
as
ordered
we've
some.
seen elsewhere in other countries that also have fantastic healthcare systems, that is the moment of real danger. To put it simply, if too many people become seriously unwell at one time, the NHS will be unable to handle it, meaning more people are likely to die, not just from coronavirus, but from other illnesses as well. So it's vital to slow the spread of the disease, because that is the way we reduce the number of people needing hospital treatment at any one time, so we can protect the NHS's ability to cope and save more lives. And that's why we've been asking people to stay at home during this pandemic. And though huge numbers are complying, and I thank you all, the time has now come for us all to do more. From this evening, I must give the British people a very simple instruction. You must stay at home. Because the critical thing we must do to stop the disease spreading between households. That is why people will only be allowed to leave their home for the following very limited purposes.
Ooh.
Shopping for basic necessities as infrequently as possible. One form of exercise a day, for example, a run, walk, or cycle, alone or with members of your household. Any medical need to provide care or to help a vulnerable person, and travelling to and from work, but only where this is absolutely necessary and cannot be done from home. That's all. These are the only reasons you should leave your home. You should not be meeting friends. If your friends ask you to meet, you should say no. You should not be meeting family members who do not live in your home. You should not be going shopping except for essentials like food and medicine. And you should do this as little as you can. And use food delivery services where you can. If you don't follow the rules, the police will have the powers to enforce them, including through fines and dispersing gatherings. To ensure compliance with the government's instruction to stay at home, we will immediately close all shops selling non-essential goods, including clothing and electronic stores, and other premises, including libraries, playgrounds and outdoor gyms and places of worship. We'll stop all gatherings of more than 2 people in public, excluding people you live with. And we'll stop all social events, including weddings, baptisms and other ceremonies, but excluding funerals. Parks
excluding funerals.
Oh, that's a bit of a touchy subject, mate.
Dispersed. No Prime Minister wants to enact measures like this. I know the damage that this disruption is doing and will do to people's lives, to their businesses and to their jobs. And that's why we've produced a huge and unprecedented programme of support both for workers and for business. And I can assure you that we will keep these restrictions under constant review. We will look again in 3 weeks and relax them if the evidence shows we are able to. But at present, there are just no easy options. The way ahead is hard, and it is still true that many lives will, sadly, be lost. And yet it is also true that there is a clear way through. Day by day, we are strengthening our amazing NHS with 7,500 former clinicians now coming back to the service. With the time you buy by simply staying at home, we are increasing our stocks of equipment. We are accelerating our search for treatments. We're pioneering work on a vaccine. And we're buying millions of testing kits that will enable us to turn the tide on this invisible killer. I want to thank everyone who is working flat out to beat the virus. Everyone from the supermarket staff to the transport workers to the carers to the nurses and doctors on the front line. But in this fight, we can be in no doubt that each and every one of us is directly enlisted. Each and every one of us is now obliged to join together to halt the spread of this disease, to protect our NHS, and to save many, many thousands of lives. And I know that as they have in the past,
I don't like that he doesn't say each and every one of us like how Dumbledore does.
Rise to that challenge, and we will come through it stronger than ever. We will beat the coronavirus, and we will beat it together. And therefore, I urge you, at this moment of national emergency, to stay at home, protect our NHS, and save lives.
The Tories are saying protect the NHS. So is that a lockdown or what? Like,
He's still not making it like official.
are you allowed to go to work tomorrow?
I don't know. Am I going to work tomorrow?
Good evening and welcome to this special news programme. As you
When
may
does
have
it start from?
the Prime Minister has made a statement announcing the most stringent and wide-ranging limits on our way of life that the UK has ever seen. The aim, in what the Prime Minister has called this national emergency, is to slow the spread of coronavirus and to protect life. The measures will remain in place for at least 3 weeks. For the next half hour, we're going to take you through the details of the announcement and, as best we can, what it means for you and how you live your daily life. So, the key points tonight are: from tonight, you can only leave your house for very limited purposes. They are to shop for basic necessities, such as food and medicine. You can go outside for only one form of exercise a day, alone or with members of your household. You can leave home for any medical need or to care for a vulnerable person. And finally, you can travel to and from work, but only where absolutely necessary and if you cannot work from home. So let's have a quick reminder now of what the Prime Minister has said.
From this evening, I must give the British people a
We literally
Just
just saw this.
You must.
So you're getting an
stay
APA cancellation fee?
I
because the
don't know
critical
what's
thing we
going
must
on.
do
I'm
to
sure
stop the
they'll be
disease
ringing round
spreading
everyone.
between
They've got to
households.
interpret this first.
That is why people will only be allowed to leave their home for the following very limited purposes: shopping
Boris,
for
mate,
basic
you're a very
necessities
limited purpose.
as infrequently as possible.
To be fair play, we do
One
need to do
form
this
of
because people
exercise
are
a day.
too stupid to stay
For
on their own,
example,
apparently.
run, walk or cycle, alone or with members of your household. Any medical need to provide care or to help a vulnerable person.
Wow.
And travelling to and from work.
How many soups can I buy at once?
Well, there we go. We are officially on lockdown.
Don't know. Doesn't maybe.
He didn't use the term
They probably don't
lockdown,
want to use the term though, do they? They probably want to
I
make it word
guess.
nicer.
But we are being told to stay at home, don't go to work.
And that's absolutely necessary.
Is my job absolutely necessary? I'd say not, but
It's
it's
the opposite of absolutely necessary.
necessary for me to buy food. Like, if I don't get paid from this job, I can't go to the shop and buy food.
Yeah, you could argue that the government's support for self-employed people, which doesn't exist, deems it necessary for you to
Literally, it is so true.
take that one to a court.
And we were talking about this on set. We were like, we're only here because we need the money. Like, it's not because we don't care about the fact we could get this illness. It's because we need the money to then get the food to survive. Like, it's just a circle of never-ending crap, isn't it? Oh. What a great way to end this video. I hope you have enjoyed this. Give it this vlog a thumbs up if you did like this video. I feel really quite sad, to be honest. I don't know, I thought like when they were gonna tell us that, I'd be like, oh yeah, it's not really any different, but
I feel the same. Pretty much just...
you know what my first thought was that I don't get to see the house.
Oh,
But
yeah,
then I was
shit.
like, but then if we're on lockdown for 3 weeks and they want us to do it next week, they ain't moving, so.
Yeah, this is true.
But I still feel really sad if I don't get to see it, and it sells before I get to see it. Bye,
Well, you know,
guys.